with Swindon Supermarine Football Club manager Dave Webb. It's the Wednesday night, it's the start of pre-season training. First of all, Dave, I've got to say, have you enjoyed your summer? Did you have one?
A little break, but no, it's been busy, to be honest. It always is. Managed to have a week away with the wife, which was lovely, and then back to it. So there's so much to do. There's players to talk to. You got your planning of what you're going to do pre-season. You got your pre-season games to sort out. I've been at the club sort of 2 or 3 nights a week, really. So it's been busy, but hopefully be rewarding when we get started. But it never finishes. It never switches. It's constant. But that's what management's all about.
Just before we talk about things coming up in the next few weeks, let's just rewind back to end of last season. You ended up finishing 6th in the league, just missed out on the playoffs. Reflecting back now, what are your thoughts now?
Yeah, I was overall pleased with the season. I think we just had a spell where we lost our way a little bit, and we lost a couple of key players to suspension and injury, and with a small squad. That was probably the difference in us not getting to. I think really the only real disappointing thing for me was our home form. Our away form was excellent. I think we're only second to Hereford in terms of our away form, but our home form at times was disappointing. And that's something that we've already spoke about. We've met all the players, the existing players that are coming back this season who have already signed. We want to get another couple done sooner rather than later, really. So we've got the nucleus of what we want, and then we want to try and add a few in. But probably our home form was the thing that probably let us down, and that's the reason we didn't get into the top 5 in a season where probably a lot of people wouldn't have given us an opportunity of any chance getting in the top 5, but we always believe that we can. And obviously this year, I'm sure we'll talk about that later on, but there's obviously added opportunity for everyone because with an additional automatic promotion place, and obviously that leaves another playoff spot.
Yeah, it was nice as well to finish the season, although you didn't make the playoffs. You did end up with a trophy, the Wilts Senior Cup, beating Highworth Town, your old side, up at the county ground. So that's something at least in the cabinet.
Yeah, I was pleased. It was never going to be an easy game. They've got good players there. They're the Southern League players at the football club, so it's more like a Southern League game than us playing an Lennox side. So they've got to go on now and win that league and fulfil their ambition to become a Southern League side. But it was always going to be a difficult game, as it turned out, and but we did enough and we won the game. And I thought it's about winning. It's not about how you win, it's about winning, and we won the game 2-1. We put a bit of silverware in the cabinet. It was nice to win that, and I think the players, for their overall efforts in the season, deserve to get a trophy, and they managed to do it. So really pleased with that. But that's give us something to start well this season based on what we did that night.
And I believe not long after that, whilst 1 or 2 were starting to book their summer holidays away, you were busy in the background signing players up ready for this new season.
Yeah, we if you go back to 12 months ago to this stage of the season, we made a lot of changes, and a lot of good players left the club, and we decided to go in a different direction. So I think we recruited probably 9 or 10 players last season, and players came and went, and it's always difficult when you have to change, but we felt it was the right time to change, and we introduced a lot of younger players to the squad, and I think it went as well as we could have expected it to go. And I think the positive thing with that is that they're another year older now. They're another year together, and hopefully that improvement and progression that you would expect to see in this group, we'll see. This season. That's the thing for me. I always intended to try and keep these players together. We wanted to add 2 or 3, maybe 4 into that group. But as I've said to everybody, the ones that have signed, well, if you do another couple tonight after training, and we're looking at other players as well to bring in. So, and everyone's got it's a clean start as far as I'm concerned. Doesn't matter who you are. You can be the captain of the club. You can be Connor Johns in goal, who's had an outstanding season. Everyone's got to come back, and everybody's got to, knuckle down, work, and get back in a team and stay in a team. Because everybody, the whole group of players we had here last season, they're all good players, and they all wanted to start in the 11, and some were disappointed not to be starting. But you're there, you've got to get yourself in the team. If your performance level's right and the team's winning and we're playing well, then you'll be in the team. And it's simple as that for me. We know the quality of the players is there. We've got to get just a little bit stronger, a little bit mentally more resilient, and make sure that we never we've got to come into every game and try and win it and set the, as I said to them all again, we're setting the bar really high this year. We're not just saying, we want the playoffs. We're setting it a little bit higher than that, and we're going to go and try and win. We'll push to win the league if we can push to win the league, but, we want to finish in the top 3.
And you got, I believe there are 2 automatic promotion places this year instead of just the 1.
Yeah, there is. So the league has changed. Obviously, there's a change at step 4, so which is great, really. So you've got 2 promotion spots, and then you've got then you've got the playoffs for the next 4. But the 3rd place team, I believe, I'm not sure how they're doing it in terms of if it's points or if it's games won, or I'm not sure how they're doing it. But the best 3rd place team at that level will also get promoted. So there could be 3 automatic spots, plus another one through the playoffs. So there's a real sense of optimism around the club around that, because I'm sure every other club's thinking the same way. But as I say, my big hope is there's not going to be mass change this season in terms of players, as long as we perform well, and their togetherness and the way that they've hopefully progressed as a group last season will give us that basis, for a good start.
Now, you've announced that you've signed one particular player, a former Supermarine player and a former Highworth Town player as well, TJ Bahane, who I believe is on his honeymoon as we speak. So hopefully he'll be back training next week. Tell us a little bit more about him.
Well, I've always been a fan of TJ. I had him when I was at Highworth, and he was here 5 years ago when I came in as manager, and I think at the time, he's 29 now. But you can look at, you just have to look at his goal scoring record. He's got a fantastic goal scoring record, and I think he got 44 goals last season for Bracknell. So that, to me, he's based in Swindon, he's 29, he's just got married, he's in a good place, and we had a really positive meeting with him when he came in, and I think he'll give us that a dimension to an option that we probably haven't had since probably Luke Hopper left the club. We've got really good technical players. We've got some fantastic forwards at the club. We scored a lot of goals last season. I think we scored more goals last season than we've done in any other season since I've been here as manager. So and we've got a sound back line. So we've got good players anyway. We've got good forwards who are scoring goals last year. But I think the dimension of TJ with his presence and his work rate, and the way that he will want to run in behind defenders, I think it's something that we've probably lacked, and so that was the reason I went for him. And hopefully he comes in, he's really looking forward to it. He knows it's going to be a challenge for him. He's stepping up a level, but anybody that can score 44 goals in that league below, for me, is definitely worth a great opportunity to come in here and show what you can do.
Okay, let's talk now about your pre-season. As I say, that the lads are out. Lee Spalding's doing a little bit of work with them at the moment. What are your sort of targets in pre-season, just to get them trim again and back into the mode for a fantastic lineup of games you've got coming up?
Yeah, I mean, the whole pre-season is about preparation for August the 12th. So, it's all about some tough work in the first 3 sessions. We'll obviously get the balls out as well, but we want to make sure that we're ready, as best we can be. They're not professional players, but we've got to we have to trust them to do some work away from the club. And to be fair to most of the players, have been coming in once a week with James Russell, our physio, and been doing some work in the dome through the summer. So there's some really, as I say, I'm not going to say who's been doing it, but I think you'll notice.
They look a bit slimmer, I've noticed.
Notice the ones that have done it, because there's been some real improvement in a few that have really worked hard, and credit to them for doing it. And so hopefully, with the 3 sessions we've got between now and the 8th, plus what we'll do with the 8 pre-season games we've got. So, and we've got some, as you say, fantastic friendlies against really top opposition. But for me, I'd rather do that. I'd rather be playing league clubs and conference clubs. We've got a couple of Hellenic clubs that we're playing as well, but to have the quality that we've got, it will test the players' ability, it will test their fitness, and it'll be tough. It's going to be tough for us, but I'd rather do that. And it's high profile for the club, and it's great that those teams want to come here and play us, and I think that says everything about what Supermarine is about, where we do things properly. They know we'll try and play football against them. We won't be going out to, no, that's not what we're about. and we'll look to play football against them, and we'll give them a good workout, and hopefully we can get some of the ball, and we can show what we're about. So we're all looking forward to the games, but this is the hard work, and you've got to do it. It's really, really important that you put it in.
You mentioned the Swindon Town game, your first friendly. I believe it's going to be theirs as well. There was a question mark about whether or not the game was going to go ahead, but added interest now with Dave Flitcroft coming in. New players will be coming in. No doubt trialists will also be playing as well.
Yeah,
but
you don't expect to win. You don't expect to win, and I think, to be fair, the year we did beat them, I think we probably surprised them a bit. I think some of the players probably, you could certainly see they probably weren't expecting it. But last season when we played them, Luke Williams, and they brought a side in, they brought the whole team, and you could tell from the first whistle that they were focused and it wasn't going to happen again. So, and I'm sure under David Flitcroft has come in, and he'll obviously want to put his own style and stamp on their play and the way they're going to do things. So, they'll be coming here and doing it properly. So it'll be a good test, but we're looking forward to it.
It's an important game for the club, I know. Always is from a revenue point of view. Yeah. You've also got two other non-league sides two other league sides coming here as well. Newport County, who I believe have been before, and also Mark Cooper's returning with Forest Green Rovers, who got promotion.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? It's, as I say, it's just a credit to the football club that we can attract these teams, and I know our facilities are great, and we've got a lovely pitch, and credit to Bob and the rest of the ground staff who work so hard on it, but they know, you don't go back to places and play teams in pre-season if they don't do things properly. So, all those managers are only coming because they know they can bring their teams here, and we'll play them at football. We'll try and play football against them, and they'll be able to get the ball down and use it for their preparation as we're using it for ours. So we know it's going to be tough for us. We know we won't see a lot of possession, but in the games against Wood and Bassett and the game against Carterton, which is the last friendly, hopefully all that hard work, all those games against top opposition, and we should hopefully be able to get hold of the ball, and then obviously finish on the 5th at Carterton, and then we've got a week to prepare for whoever we play on the 12th. So it's perfect for me. I'd rather be playing those teams, that quality, rather than just playing local sides, and with the greatest respect, that we want to play the best possible opposition we can.
Great. Well, looking forward to the season. So we get the pre-season out of the way first, and thanks a lot, Dave. We'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks, Nick.